Hey, welcome to Honest Reviews. Today we are going to be looking at the Fujifilm Square SQ1 instant film camera, and I'm going to be giving you the ultimate guide to using it. I'll take you through all the features, how to load the film, and some shooting tips as well so you can get the best out of this really fun camera. Okay, for starters, this is an instant film camera. You are not going to get any digital photos out of it. You are just going to get these really cool square instant film shots. The square is that classic look, that old school Polaroid. So this is a really fun way to get those instant film shots. Fuji has a ton of other cameras that shoot the mini shots, which are like vertical format. They also have bigger wide ones, but the square is that classic look. So if that's what you're looking for, this camera is something you'll want to be checking out. One thing to mention is that when you buy the camera, you don't get the film. It just comes by itself unless you're buying like a package from a seller. So make sure you're picking this up. You'll find a ton of links in the description below for getting the camera, getting the film, other videos about it. So always check that description for some great information. Okay, right now this camera is retailing for $119 US on Amazon. There are 3 different colors. This is the Glacier Blue, which I think is a really cool color. I love the black contrast and the very retro modern kind of vibe that they have going on. I think this is one of the best designs I've seen from Fujifilm. So if you're looking for something that looks great, this camera is definitely it, in my opinion. But you can let me know. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Leave a comment. There are 2 other colors. There is a terracotta orange, which is the one I wanted, but it was sold out because I think everyone thinks that one is cool. So if you find it, grab that one quick. There's also a white color called chalk white. So blue, white, and orange for this one. Now, in terms of what's included, like I said, you do not get the film, but you get the camera. You get this little wrist strap that can attach to either side on these little black ones. I'll show you how to do that in a second. It's very easy. You get 2 CR2 batteries, which is what you need to power the camera. It is included, so don't worry about that. And then you get this little thumb grip, which is to make it even easier to hold, which I'll also show you how to put on. All right, so let's get this thing set up and we can start getting the film loaded, and I'll show you how to take some really cool pictures. All right, so the battery compartment is right here on the grip. I'm just gonna open that up, follow the directions, and put these in. All right, and then to turn it on, we just spin this to on, and now you can see that light is turned on. This is our flash indicator light. It's gonna let you know when the flash is ready to fire. This camera only works with auto exposure. You don't set the exposure. You can't turn the flash on and off or anything like that. It's gonna decide what it does for your photo, but you will wanna make sure that that light is on, especially if you're taking a shot in the dark. After you shoot once, it's gonna take a second for the flash to recharge. So you gotta wait for that to be ready before you take another shot. All right, so we've got our batteries in. I'll turn it off. I'll put the wrist strap on and just show you how to do that. It's very easy, but sometimes it's nice to see. So this is the very typical wrist strap that most of the Instax cameras come with. I'll put it over on this side. Okay, so you just got this little hook here. We're gonna put the thin side up, pull the big circle through, and then pull the rest of the strap through. Pull it tight, and there you go. That's on. Very, very easy. You can buy different straps, cases, accessories, little albums, all sorts of stuff for these cameras. They're definitely fun to like get all sorts of cute accessories. So check out the description and we'll maybe link some there. All right, now I think that this grip is actually quite nicely designed. It's easy to hold. And it's got all these nice little lines to give both visual interest and texture, which is cool. But if you really want it extra grippy, you have that option. So here is the little grip pad. Just pull off that sticker. And that's gonna go right here. Just line it up. I don't know. Not there. Don't put it over the battery. door, just above it. There. So just lay that on there, but like I said, the battery door here, you're obviously not going to want to put that on. And then, yeah, that's grippy. It's kind of nice and squishy. Yeah, I like that. It's a little bit bold, but not too bad. So if you like that, you can do that. Kind of trick it out a little bit. All right, let's put some film in here. One more final reminder, get the square stuff. Don't get the mini stuff. Don't get the wide stuff. None of that will work. Open here on the side. Now, a few tips when it comes to this film. Don't leave it in a really hot car. Don't leave it in a freezing cold car. You want to keep it at like room temperature. This stuff is delicate. It's film, so you have to be nice to it. You find the little notch here and you open this up. Don't squeeze the package. Don't twist it. Like, don't be rough to it. Be gentle. Be gentle with this stuff, guys. I almost dropped it, but it's okay. So when you're holding this, hold it by the sides. You can see here, it doesn't want you to push on that. You don't have to be like too worried about it, but do hold it from the sides. And what you're looking for here is this little yellow mark. That is going to show us how to install this. So pull this down. That opens up and you can see there's a little yellow dot right there. Line the dots up just like that. So yellow to yellow, and then close the door. That's it. Now it's loaded. So one thing that's very, very important to know is that in that pack, the first thing on it is a little cardboard black thing called a dark slide. It is keeping all that film protected from the light, because if the light touches the film, it ruins the film. So that dark slide is on there and you have to get it off of there in order to use the film. So the first shot you take with any Instax camera is going to be the dark slide coming out. So don't get it all set up like you've got this perfect shot and then you just get a black piece of cardboard. As soon as you put in your film, get in the habit of turning it on and then pressing the shutter button. And you can see that's the dark slide coming out. Take that, throw it out, and now you are ready to take a picture. Okay, so a few tips in terms of taking pictures. Like I said, this camera has an automatic exposure like in it. There are no modes. You don't have to change it the way you used to. The camera is just going to read the light and then decide how to expose your film. So you don't really have to do much other than point and shoot, unless you want to take a selfie. So to get to selfie mode, we just turn this one more twist and the lens extends more and now it can focus closer. So when the selfie mode is on, your focus distance is about 0.3 meters to 0.5 meters. So it's closer. And if you're doing a selfie like this is now the proper focus. You're also going to want to use this little mirror here to compose your selfie when you're doing that. If you're shooting a macro shot in this mode, which this is the mode you'd want to use if you're doing a macro shot, something close up, you're going to look through your viewfinder. And when you look through there, you'll see that there's a circle in the middle, and then you have the whole viewfinder. In macro mode, you are not going to get the whole viewfinder in your shot because you've now gotten closer with your lens. You're actually only going to get a portion of it. And you kind of want to compose using that circle as the top right of your image. So it's like the bottom left area is what you're going to expose for. And this is something that you kind of have to get used to, do a few practice shots, but you'll see how the whole viewfinder is not what you get in the shot when you're in selfie mode. So that's a good tip to not kind of get something that you're not expecting. But it's not a perfect science, and that's kind of the beauty of Instax sometimes, is that you do get fun surprises. All right, let's take a shot now. First step, of course, is turning it on. There we go. And with this camera, you know, it is a square format, but it does have that nice little white border at the bottom of one side where you can write stuff on it. Very classic look. And so if you shoot the camera like this, that's going to be at the bottom. There's nothing saying you can't shoot it like this, and then that will be on the side. But with a square shot, your composition is basically the same. So you basically want to shoot it vertical like this. Okay, again, when you're shooting, you don't want to cover these. They're kind of very far out, so you're not likely to do that. But you're just going to get whatever shot. You don't have to worry about turning the flash on and off or anything like that. You just put it up to your eye and press the shutter. So the film is going to come out the top here. Take it gently, just touching that bottom border. Don't shake it. That's a myth. You don't have to do that. It actually can ruin the photo if you shake it. So just gently grab it from that border. Don't touch the actual image and lay it down. And now you get to wait 90 seconds for that to develop. If it's cold, it actually usually takes longer. But yeah, that's the fun. The fun is kind of seeing it slowly come to life. Okay, so a few general shooting tips. Personally, I like the look of natural light. There's nothing wrong with flash, but it does tend to kind of wash things out. You don't get a lot of dimension to your light. So I would recommend really trying to shoot where there's a lot of light outdoors, really close to a window. Experiment with that and see if you like those different types of light. But the Fujis have gotten better and better at exposing for darker situations. So you will still get good shots, but try different light sources as well. I'll also demo a selfie for you so you can see how to do that. So first thing is we're going to make sure we remember to turn it to selfie mode. And then holding it away and looking in this little mirror here again to compose my shot. But then look into the lens when you take the shot. And there we go. So you can see this one is almost developed. There's Rob behind the camera. It's actually really cool. It's pretty wide, the square. So I think it's pretty interesting. But just about finished developing. And that's a fun thing is that when they start, the contrast is quite low. It looks kind of faded. But as they develop, you get that nice color, that nice contrast. And it does a good job of really like balancing things out and the flashlights, everything up. So you can see this one's still developing. You can't really see everything, but it will get to be more like this. One tip, if you want to label the bottom here, I recommend using one of those Sharpie fine tip pens. Those definitely work the best and they don't smudge or rub off. All right, so that is the guide to shooting with this camera. It's quite simple, but really the big thing you want to remember is to switch it to selfie mode if you're going to do a macro or a selfie shot. Otherwise, just leave it on the usual mode and have fun with it. The square format is really, really neat. And I think that it gives that really nice classic look. And you get that tangible print right away. You don't have to worry about printing your photos. You can put it up on the wall. You can grab an album and put it in there. So there's tons of fun things you can do with this. If you have any questions, please make sure to leave them in the comments, or if you have ideas for other videos, I might do a shootout of this one versus another square model. So let me know if you want to see some shootouts with these. And yeah, I think it's a really neat camera. Very simple, very easy to use. So take a peek at this if you want to get into instant film and you like that square look. Okay, make sure to subscribe for more great videos, more instant film stuff. And give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video.